What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine if you're new here, but if you're not, welcome back. Thank you so much for hanging out and spending more time with me. My channel focuses on faith, fashion, lifestyle, and a little bit of luxury. And as my little Neverfull purse has hit its 4-month anniversary, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I've learned about my Neverfull and also share any of my wear and tear. So if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, then keep on watching. Alright you guys, so if you're still here, thank you so much for checking out my channel. And if you're still here, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you guys come back and spend more time with me. Also leave comments below. That always helps me know what you guys want to see, what you're interested in, and I'm always open and interested in sharing with you guys whatever I possibly can. And so I'm just so happy that you guys are here, and thanks for checking out my channel. Alright, so let's talk about this girl. So I've had her now for 4 months and I can't believe where the time has gone. The time has flown and I have learned a lot about my Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So first things first, I'm just going to share with you guys some of the basics. The first thing I want to share with you guys is that I purchased the Louis Vuitton Neverfull from the website, and I purchased the Damian Ebene MM size. So she's the middle size of these bags. I did not want the really big and large one, but to be honest, I think this is the perfect size because this is a pretty large and hefty bag. The bag also comes with a little insert that I keep with me. This just kind of like a catch-all that allows you to put things that you don't want falling all over your purse in here. So for like me, I've got my AirPods, I have mask in here, I've got medicine in here. Just, you know, all the little things that I don't want to have to go digging around in a Neverfull for. They fit really nice and compact in this little bag. And even better is that this has a clip on it. And whenever I'm a little concerned about this, I can always unclip this and clip it directly into my Neverfull, and then I don't have to worry about this disappearing. So I just stick this item directly into my bag. I clip it onto this little loop here on the inside, and now she is where she needs to be when she needs to be there. But if I don't want to do that and I want to carry her on the go, then normally I just unclip her and I wrap it around or clip it back onto itself, and it's like a really nice little wristlet. So very easy, very nice little additional item that you get with the Neverfull. So currently you guys might notice that my Neverfull is just kind of like hanging with absolutely nothing in it. If you guys watch my original unboxing of my Neverfull, then you'll know that I told you that I purchased a separator for my bag. This is it. This little thing right here. It's a felt design that also has a zipper insert. I've been taking this in and out of my Neverfull for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is something that I don't think I ever could have anticipated before I purchased the item, and that is this thing is heavy. It gets very, very heavy when you're carrying your Neverfull. Ever since I took this organizer out of my Neverfull, this bag has been so much easier to carry, a lot less stressful, a lot less heavy and irritating on my shoulders. So that's number 1. Number 2 is something that I didn't realize would happen as well, and I think you just have to have it to know it, is that because the insert is so boxy, it does kind of create this like box shape to my Neverfull. So my Neverfull would be sitting like this, but there would be like a box outline across my bag here. And then also when I'm carrying it like this, instead of it being like rounded off, it would be sitting like in a straight square box shape. So it did kind of make the shape of the bag just look a little different. Instead of being structured on the inside, it kind of relayed to the outside, and it was very like boxy and, in my opinion, unflattering. So I've been kind of giving this a rest. I do still use this. I do still really like the idea of having an organizer because I got stuff everywhere in this bag. But I'm just kind of strategic, and when I use it is that I don't want this square boxy thing to leave an imprint in my bag. I also don't want it to be super heavy all the time, and then I also don't want to change the structure of my bag. So I kind of take it out and put it back in every other week just so I can make sure that I'm keeping up with my bag and taking really good care of it, and then also just having it as useful for my everyday use as possible. So next up, when it comes to my Neverfull, one thing that I didn't realize that I would want to keep on me on a regular basis was just this insert. I know that it came with it for a reason, you guys, but when I got it, I literally took this insert out, I put it back in the box, and I didn't look at this thing for like 2 months. And I started to realize, I'm like, why do I have this if I'm not using it, you know? And some days my Neverfull would be too heavy with the insert and just too much, that I felt like I just want something light and easy, and in came this. So I have been using this a lot more often. I clip it to the inside of my bag, and then when I'm like, I don't feel like carrying my entire purse, I'll just unclip it and put this around my waist and be on the go. But this is, I think it's a very specific item, in that the Neverfull is just so open that you do need something to try to like keep your private items, or just keep things that need to be protected in a safe space. And I really do love this. So if you have a Neverfull and you're not using the catch-all, you definitely should clip it into your purse. Use it as a wallet if you want to. Use it for your sunglasses. Sometimes I do that. Use it for any private items that you don't want to share, because this is a really good item, but it's also a very like strategic item for the type of purse. Okay, so next up on the Neverfull is something that I didn't really realize what happened, but I get that it's wear and tear of the bag, but it is kind of annoying, is that little by little I've started to notice my leather trim across the top of my bag start to wrinkle. And like, I get that it's supposed to wrinkle, but I don't know if I realized it would wrinkle as much as it does. And I don't know, I think it just kind of like makes it look a lot older much quicker when the material on the top of this bag wrinkles as much as it does. So originally I was just a little bit worried, because I'm like, oh my god, like it's wrinkling fairly quickly. I wasn't sure if I should treat this, or if the wrinkling would eventually, you know, move to like peeling or cracking. It hasn't just yet, but the wrinkling is not so attractive. And so it is something that bothered me a little bit, and I did want to like, you know, maybe take it in and just ask if that was a normal part of the design of the bag. I mean, I'm not doubtful that it is, but I did think that it was weird that it wrinkled as much as it did. So that's just something to keep an eye out for, especially if you're like expecting your bag to just stay in like really nice condition. It might start wrinkling, and in my opinion, if it's wrinkling, then eventually it would start cracking, and so that kind of makes me a little concerned. Okay, so some of the perks that come with the Louis Vuitton bag are that, you guys, I had a heart-stopping moment, and that I spilled something in this bag, and I thought I was going to lose it because I dropped oil in the bag. I carry a lotion with me on a regular basis. The oil like spilled out of it somehow, and it ended up in the bottom of my bag, and you guys, I about lost it. Okay, I lost it, and I thought it was going to be very hard to get out. Now it did take me a few tries, but this material is a lot tougher on the inside than I actually originally thought. So this inner material that's in the Louis Vuitton bag, it's like this red material with the stripes. I think in my mind, if I started scrubbing this really hard, or rubbing it, or spraying it with chemicals, that it would either lose its color, or that it would start to like fade and get really dull, or the material would start to come up, but not at all. You guys, I had this bag flipped inside out for 3 days, just like scrubbing the bottom of the bag where that oil had spilled, and like I tried a bunch of stuff to get it out. Eventually it did come out, but that was 3 days of just scrubbing the bag and being like super concerned that something was going to happen to the material. But this is a very durable bag, and I didn't have any issues. This bag looks like perfectly new on the bottom, and like you can't see any of the scratches or like inner spots, to be honest. I think I've spilled something else in here, and it's honestly, it's fairly annoying, because I can almost guarantee you that I didn't spill anything in any of my previous bags, but now that I have Louis Vuitton, everything wants to spill. Just save that for a later date, okay? Obviously it happens, you know. I don't want to baby the bag so much that like I'm afraid to wear it, but it is a very good bag for spills and things, because it will come out. And speaking of spills and marks, there is something that I did not realize that would happen to my brown bag. Honestly, I thought this bag was like indestructible on the outside because it's brown and a dark color, but I started to notice that there were white scuff marks on my bag, and I was like, really? Like, of all the brown things that have gotten all over my white and my lights and my really nice colors, now that I have something that's like brown and neutral tone that doesn't really get dirty, now I have to worry about white scuff marks. honestly, I've been a little irritated at the fact that I have scuff marks in my bag, but literally every time that I do, I get like a baby wipe and I just rub it and it comes right off. So thank God. Most of the like wear and tear on my bag has been fairly easy to just like rub and wipe off, and it comes right off and I can just go on about my day. And so if you do notice some small scuffs on your bag, I do think like a nice little baby wipe or just like a little wet cloth will get it out no problem. And thank God, because this bag is too expensive to be damaging so early in the game. Okay guys, so the final thing I wanted to share actually has to do with the straps. So I purchased these straps, or I purchased this bag, absolutely love it. You know, I heard all the guarantees about how this thing holds 200 pounds and that these straps are not gonna snap and all that good stuff. But one thing that I didn't hear anybody sharing was that eventually there would be this bending kind of thing happening on the front of my straps. And I've noticed it in a few spots, but even here there's some wrinkling in the V and up toward like the beginning of this strap of my bag. And I don't wear my bag like, you know, I don't wear it hanging over like this. Obviously when I'm carrying it straight up like this, and normally when I lay it down across like this. So I was a little surprised to just see like so much wrinkling happening in the leather of my bag, because I thought that was interesting. And even now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, that is just so weird that it's wrinkling so much right here. And it may just be a part of the regular wear and tear, but I do kind of want to keep an eye on it because I'm definitely concerned of something happening to this bag, you know, and having to get it fixed or replaced or whatever the case is. And the kind of bending, welting on it is very similar to what's happening on the top of the bag. So I kind of wonder if it's just the way that the leather works in general. In my mind, I'm kind of like, I really thought about getting the monogram version of this, but I think the vachetta leather would just show even more. And so I'm not really sure I'd want to have to deal with that. But there has been a lot of like folding and bending and denting of the leather parts that have left creases that are not so pretty. And it's only been 4 months, and so maybe it's just something that happens with the bag, but I wasn't too excited about that. So the last thing I wanted to share about this bag that I've noticed about it in the past 4 months are that there are 2 little side pulls on the side of this bag that will change the shape of it if you desire to do so. So I actually saw this on YouTube, and I decided to try it later, but there are these little pulls and tags here that pull your bag in, and you just pull them a little closer and they recreate the shape of your bag. And so now, instead of it being like a normal Neverfull, this actually kind of looks like a completely different bag. It hugs a little easier to the side, and I think it's very cute if you don't have an insert in it. When I had my insert in it, this thing would definitely not zip in like this, but I did think this was like fairly cute, especially if you clip the little inner part, then your bag is like held together a little better. And I think obviously it's not going to be like pickpocket proof, but I do think that this does help like just kind of conceal it from the outwardly. So there it is. That's actually kind of cute. It kind of reminds you of the No bag. So very, very similar, very cool. So that's it for my update on my Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I do still really love her, even with the small items here or there that are kind of wearing a little faster than I thought they would. I do still really love this bag. I do love it as an on-the-go bag. To be honest, I actually kind of like it a little better without my insert because it's not as heavy, but it does really help with the structure of my bag and also just with the organization. So I think it's kind of a catch-22 thing. So I am still going to be like putting it in and taking it out, putting it in, taking it out whenever my mood changes, but the insert is still a really great quality additional piece for your Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So I hope this video was helpful to you all, and I hope that hopefully you guys can share with me below any comments that you may have about the wear and tear, and let me know if that's just absolutely normal or if something is wrong with my bag and I need to get it checked out with. I always really value you guys' opinions. You help me so much when it's come to like learning about luxury. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a blessed day. Bye.